Hello there, welcome to Bryan Lomax Movie Talk and my review for Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 3. Yeah, back again. So we pick up kind of where the second film left off, although we don't really. The continuity with these films is proper off the charts all over the place. So we left the second film with Ash kind of standing in front of all these medieval people who seem to be bowing down before him as if he was some godman who'd fallen from the sky. And then when we pick up here, that's kind of not where we pick up from. Instead, he's a prisoner. He's held captive. Nobody seems to be worshipping him at this point. So yeah, continuity is just like kind of non-existent, really. But anyway, basically he has to, in this film, he has to go and find the Book of the Dead and say this enchantment, which will basically allow for the people that he's gone back in time to be free of these deadites. And then some dude who kind of comes across as some weird Merlin type says that he'll be able to get him back to his own time. So that's basically what he's doing it for. We get to see a completely different side to Ash in this. Now, I don't know if it's just because of everything he went through in the previous film, or you want to chalk it up to that or what, but we get a bit more kind of a sense of who he is back home, back in his own time, the kind of job he worked. He was clearly a salesman, and it's just, yeah, I feel like we get to know him a bit better here, and it turns out he is actually a bit of a douchebag, but lovingly so. Not like a hateful character or anything like that. Just understandably someone who just wants to get back to his own time and doesn't really care about these people so much as he does just getting back to his own. So yeah, understandable, obviously, but that's kind of your story. And it's really all about whether Ash is going to become a hero to these people or just serve his own ends. And he kind of does a little bit of both, really. It kind of becomes an accidental hero in many ways. But no, he shows bravery and this, that and the other. But yeah, he also shows a streak that is very much geared towards just getting himself back home. Overall, I'm not that keen on this one compared to the first two, must be said. I think the tone, now I said with the second film that the tone did change considerably. It went a bit more humorous, kind of got rid of the dark stuff, got rid of the more out and out horror elements. This one pretty much gets into Three Stooges style slapstick. It is only concerned with comedy at this point, and for me it's to the film's detriment. Again, there's a lot of creativity here. You're always going to get that with Raimi. He knows how to do some wacky things with visuals. I feel sometimes he's punching a little bit above his weight with regards to his resources. I think he tries to be a bit too ambitious, shall we say, with what he wants to pull off. A lot of stop motion stuff going on. Again, I like it. It's good. I love that old school stop motion stuff. But it just feels like he's reaching a bit too far beyond his means at this point. But for me personally, it is that tone. Just the fact that the humour is ramped up. I've never been a particularly big fan of that Three Stooges style humour, the slapstick stuff, slapping in the face and falling over and all that lot. I think there was a nice balance of that in the second one. Seeing Bruce Campbell kind of get tossed about all over the place and doing a lot of his own stunts. He does the same here, does a lot of his own stunt work here, and I do appreciate that. But like I say, the tone for me is just, it's too much up there with the humour. I also am not overly fond of the medieval setting. It does have a Princess Bride meets Star Wars in many ways, set it feel to it kind of thing. Like there's this thing with a pit with this monster down there, and that feels a little bit like something out of Return of the Jedi. But yeah, again, like I say, it follows suit with regards to the previous films in just how visually inventive it is, and the stuff that it puts its main star through. But I'm just not as keen on the tone. There's probably a bit more story here, definitely a bit more story here than the previous entries. I think Ash becomes a bit more of a fully rounded character here. We kind of get, like I say, more of a sense of who he is, and I do appreciate that. But for me, yeah, it's a bit all over the place. This was... I remember seeing this film actually in a double bill with Alien 3 back when the two of them first came out on video. I think we watched Alien 3 first. That was the one I was most looking forward to. I didn't really know much about Evil Dead at the time. I think I'd seen half of the second film. And yeah, the friend who I rented these out with, he was really big on Evil Dead. We've got to watch this. I've been waiting for ages for this film, the third one. I'm just like, yeah, whatever, never heard of it. So yeah, I think it may have been the first one that I saw in its entirety. And I wasn't that keen on it back in, I think it was 94 when we got it on video. Obviously it was released in 93, came out a bit later on video. I wasn't keen on it at all. I didn't really see in it what my mate saw in it, although he did admit then that it wasn't as good as the first two. And I have to agree here. I think I liked it this time around a bit more than that original viewing, simply because now I appreciate where it comes from, you know, the two films that preceded it. So I'm a bit more on board with this character of Ash. But even so, I do think it's a bit of a disappointment, a bit of a step down. Given what we got before. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. I still think it's a good film. I still recommend people watch it. I think they'll get a good laugh out of it at times. But I just feel like the horror element has kind of taken a bit of a back seat, really. Too much of a back seat. So yeah, 3 out of 5 from me. But what about you? What do you think of Army of Darkness? Do you think I'm being a bit unfair, or what? Do you think I'm on the money? Yeah. Leave your comments below. Thanks for watching this video, and until next time, crack it.